Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Asus gaming monitor.
Starting at number 5.
Alienware AW3423DW Curved. The best gaming monitor today is the fantastic Alienware 34AW3423DWF QD OLED. You might have already seen or owned an OLED TV for a while, but this panel technology has finally made it to the world of gaming monitors. Alienware has been leading the charge with some fantastic OLED models, often beating out Philips and OLED panel maker LG with its impressive screens. What we love about the Alienware 34AW3423DWF is its glossy panel. I know that might sound trivial in the grand scheme of things, but this anti-glare coating, in place of the OG model's matte coating, makes all the difference. When Alienware wheeled out what was the world's first OLED gaming monitor, the Alienware 34AW3423DW, it went straight to the top of the table. It was simply stunning. But it wasn't, actually perfect, but now we have another 34-inch ultra-wide Alienware OLED monitor. It looks nearly identical, but costs several $100s less. So what, exactly, is going on?
Coming at number 4.
Asus ProArt display. If you don't need an Asus monitor for gaming, they have a few good options for office work and content creation, particularly from their ProArt lineup. One of those options is the Asus ProArt Display PA279CRV, which is a 4K, 27-inch monitor intended for photo and video editors. This is because it has dedicated picture modes for various color spaces that you may work with, from sRGB to Rec. 2020, and the accuracy in the sRGB mode is fantastic. It also displays a wide range of colors, even in HDR, which is ideal if you edit videos in HDR. It has a good selection of inputs, including 2 USB-C ports, and one of them supports DisplayPort Alt mode with 90W of power. This makes it easy to connect a laptop and charge it while working. Other options in the ProArt lineup cost less and have similar features, like the Asus ProArt Display PA278CV, but because it has a lower 1440p resolution, images aren't as sharp. You can even check out the cheap Asus VG246H, which has a dedicated sRGB mode but no USB ports.
At number 3.
Asus TUF Gaming. If you're on a budget, Asus has a few low-cost monitors, particularly from their TUF gaming lineup. If you're interested in that, then the Asus VG279QM is a good choice. It has a lower 1080p resolution than the Asus ROG Swift PG279QM, which is the trade-off you need to make for getting something cheaper, but it still has a max refresh rate of 280 Hz. It doesn't have native GSWC support either, but it's still GSWC compatible and reduces screen tearing with NVIDIA graphics cards. Luckily, it's great for gaming as it has a fast response time at any refresh rate, so motion looks smooth, and it even has a backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur. It has low input lag at high refresh rates, but this increases a lot at 60 Hz, so you'll notice a delay while gaming at low refresh rates, which is a problem with some TUF gaming monitors. If you prefer getting something smaller, the Asus TUF Gaming VG259QM is a 25-inch monitor with nearly the same performance, so you can get whichever size you like, but it has the same issue with the increased input lag.
Number 2 of my list.
Asus Republic. OLEDs like the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM tend to be expensive, and they risk permanent burn-in with constant exposure to the same static elements over time, so if that concerns you, you can also look into an upper mid-range monitor like the Asus ROG Swift PG279QM. Because of the different panel, it has a worse contrast ratio and doesn't perform as well in dark rooms. That said, it also has a 240 Hz refresh rate and 1440p resolution, and it's impressive for gaming. One main advantage is that it has native G-Sync VRR support, which makes it fully compatible with NVIDIA graphics cards. You get features like variable overdrive and NVIDIA Reflex Latency Analyzer that you wouldn't get with GSWC compatible monitors, like the PG27AQDM. In terms of its gaming performance, the PG279QM has an excellent response time across its entire refresh rate range, leading to minimal motion blur with fast-moving objects. If you feel like it's still too expensive and you don't need the high refresh rate, they have a few mid-range models like the Asus ROG Strix XG27AQ that are still impressive for gaming, but it doesn't have native GSWNC support.
And number 1.
Asus ROG Swift. The Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM is the best monitor from Asus we've tested, and because it's a gaming monitor, it's also the best Asus gaming monitor. It's a fantastic gaming display that combines outstanding picture quality with high-end performance, and it'll please even the most competitive gamers. It has a high 240Hz refresh rate, FreeSync variable refresh, VRR, support, and GSWNC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. This means you can play games at a high refresh rate, and with a near-instantaneous response time, motion looks smooth. Its 1440p resolution has good enough pixel density to see details in your games, and its OLED panel makes it a fantastic choice for dark room gaming. It displays deep and inky blacks in dark rooms without any blooming, so content with dark scenes looks amazing. It has its problems, though, as you need to update it to the latest firmware to get the lowest input lag and best HDR performance, but it works well once you update it. It isn't the only OLED from Asus, as they also have the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG42UQ, a 42-inch, 4K OLED that costs more than the PG27AQDM.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.